Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever and when I'd be happy watching this Frisco in Tokyo, coming at you with the tags that I gotta fix. Give me a second, I'm gonna do this. Oh, Holly, how you doing? Bright and early and chipper and wonderful. It is so good to see you. It says, creates a potion that makes sparrows perfectly round. Now, don't use that potion on Jack Sparrow, because perfectly round sparrows would be cute, and that would be wasted on Johnny Depp. How you doing, though? I hope well. I hope, like, super well. Just because, you know, no particular reason. Just figure you deserve to be super well. We're gonna be just doing some LBP1 stuff, I think. If you think about it, it'd be so easy to roll him in the ocean, but then he'd probably float, right? Because perfectly round objects always float. That's not how that works. That's not how that works at all. I don't know why I would assume that that was the case. Cannonballs? Well known for their flotation. Oh gosh. I'm in a good mood all of a sudden. I like that. I'm okay with that. Gonna be sticking with good mood, I think. We're just gonna try to do some LBP1 stuff today. Like, try to make with that particular set of issues. I'm good. Spent the day with Mori. Cooked a fish lunch because of the Good Friday tradition in my family. Okay. That it is Good Friday. And did you know that, like, Easter this year is also Trans Day of Visibility? Which, honestly, in my book is way cooler than Easter, but somebody mentioned on Tumblr that it would be the greatest egg hunt ever. Which was cute. I mean, not necessarily true, but still cute. What else am I using in this level? We got... Oh, it was, I don't think I've got any metal in the level. It's concrete paneling. Oh, Automod, what? Automod, like... Context, Automod. Do you speak it? And obviously the answer is no. Automod speaks nothing. Automod is garbage. I don't know what barramundi is, but it sounds like it would be delicious. Now let's see. The boxes are 9.5 large by 15.5 large. 15.5 quarter. It's an Asiatic sea bass. I was thinking, like, making a sea bass joke and realizing I didn't have one. 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And chop. Three, 4, 5. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And a quarter. It's not really a big playing field. I've realized that I've quite limited myself in the size of what I am working with. So this is about the area that we're looking at. It's not very big. I've already got like 2 rooms done. And I don't know how many rooms I want to do. But I'm just thinking of like, I don't know, like, what do I want to do with this level? Get our camera in. I was thinking of, like, I set up some yuzu blocks, and they are a pain in the butt. I think that's what they're called. The blocks that disappear. I think those are yuzu blocks. Make a horrible death trap. Well, I mean, I kind of am. I kind of feel like that's what I'm doing with this level, but like I don't know. Like, I don't want to do super duper hard, but because I can't test it if it's too hard. But I do want it to be pretty tricky. Do I have this? Oh, I don't have it on mod mode, and I need to do that because... Wait, if I didn't have it on mod mode, how did I catch the fish thing? Because I definitely caught the fish thing. Well. Well. Okay. I think that's right. Yeah, because there's a frame around it so that you can't actually see the top and bottom. So that's what we're looking at. And what are we doing with it? And we could always do the old classics. I think it's got to be about that high. That might be too long, though. We electrify? I can't wait till the servers are back, like... Because whenever, like, when I don't have ideas in... like, when I don't have ideas in Create, it's nice to be able to just go, let's do a couple of levels and see if, you know, something clicks. Can you actually jump between those? I don't think you can. Okay. That doesn't work. Maybe it's got to go up. Like, if we bring it up 1. No. I mean, it might be doable, but it just might not be doable by me. See, that's the thing. Is like I can't necessarily test things because I'm not that good. So I don't know if, like, things are fair. Like, that's not fair, but... It's like, that's just long enough to not work, I think. God, this is gonna be awful and annoying, and that's kind of funny. Which probably means I'm a terrible person. This is so awful. I couldn't subject people to this. Could I? I mean, I probably could, but... It's doable, just not particularly easily. Maybe I should just raise it 1. God, I could see some kid just crying about this. Which probably does make me the devil. Or at least a devil? Okay, that's doable. I think people who play hard levels as a thing probably would find this too easy. Oh. Get the last two a little bit closer. Oh, for God's sakes. Pisco! You did this before? If we can't clear this, okay, that's 1? Oh my God. Why? Why? Why am I doing this? Okay. Oh no! This is shit. It's not as funny as I make it out to be, but I am very amused. Oh God. Just stop. Okay. See? That was easy. These are definitely too close. These need to be less close. So I guess I am taking your advice. I guess I am. I mean, it's not a death trap. It's just death. Yeah, it's doable. I had an idea, though. It's a funny idea. Which means it's terrible. Okay, first off, these gotta get glued. Alright, those are glued. Good. And we want some... Pistons? I mean, technically we only need one piston, but... I mean, aesthetically speaking, you really, you want to. Like knockers, they work best in pairs. I didn't like that joke. I'm not gonna go with that one, I think. Alright, I wanna bring this down. Like, we wanna bring it down fairly low. And we want it to flip out. 21, 2, and 11. 21, 2, and 11. Don't we all, though? See, this might be too much. I might need to reconsider this. I mean, it's definitely coming down too much. So let's bring that up to 16. And we're gonna put some pauses in too. See, but it pauses on the bottom, and I want it to pause on the top. Which means that we should probably make this flip in? Which feels weird, but let's peep how that works. I don't know. Well, but what if... Okay, we're gonna make it flip out again. Want to do this. Take away the pauses. And we need dark matter. I mean, we don't really need dark matter because we're in LBP3, but I want to like do everything the way I would do it in LBP1. Oh, fudge. Not like that, though. No, don't... I don't need to save. I mean, I do need to save. It's always a good idea to do that, but... So we're gonna put a motor bolt here. We're gonna put. We need my old school logic. I was a little bit worried there that it wasn't going to load in. And that was going to make me very unhappy. Get our old school logic out. Definitely don't need it that big. Where's your wire? Like, what if we make the timer down here? Is what I'm wondering. Single cycle, single cycle. See, now that's gonna lock down at the bottom, though. Yeah, I don't know if... Well, you know what, though? What if we... I mean, if we take away the flipper and just put it on a really, really short timer... What effect is that gonna have? Okay, that's, I mean, it's not where we're at yet. So we go forward, backward. And put it in reverse. Okay, getting closer. Now, what does that look like? If we stand on it, it is going to bounce us. I just wish it was quicker. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, wow. Oh, I like that. That's awful. That's the worst. It actually, like, it pulls our hitbox through the floor. That's hilarious. is such a bad idea. Alright, so, because I'm thinking, like, if we put like a panel above, right? If we just like really be awful people and we put a panel like up here, and this panel is a weird length, don't like that, don't know what's going on with that. If this panel is electrified, okay, so that's like too close. That's a problem. That's weird. So, like, where's the safe spot here? Because, like, we're not anywhere near that electricity. This is not going to work, I think. Us! Chili beans! Hell! Oh! It's like that motel. Best movie about sausage making in the world? You know, it takes all kinds of critters to make Farmer Vincent's fritters. Yeah, I like the idea of having, like the floor be electric, but I think that it's really just going to be a problem long term. Like, I think it would ultimately be an unfair hazard, because you can't tell where the hazard is. It's like, it's non-intuitive. So if we raise this a little bit, I bet this is gonna bust the pistons. The Pistons are they Detroit? Is that the Detroit Pistons? I don't know. I know the Bucks and I know the Celtics. And apparently I know the Detroit Pistons. Okay. Good on me. Okay, so that will bounce you into the electricity, but it won't accidentally kill you with the stuff on the bottom. I'm sorry. Did I just not finish saying that it will not accidentally kill you with the stuff on the bottom? So, the Bucks are doing great. That's shocking. We'd love to hear it. Well, now what is going on with the transitive property of this electricity? This is cute, but it's not gonna work. And that's a shame. So, we might need to do something like, when the player gets here, it kills these electrics that I can't talk, clearly. It kills those panels. Because otherwise it's just not going to be fair. So like these would all get dissolved. So you'd have to be hopping through this section so that it doesn't bounce you into the electricity. That's not so bad. Okay, that's gonna have to stop. I don't like that at all. We're gonna toss this someplace just for the moment, just so it doesn't get in the way. Alright, so how do they get up there? We want this zone to... This right here needs to be safe. Just so that they have a like a place to take a breather when they land. What would be a cool way to get them up there? Given the space that we have on hand, which isn't an excessively large amount. Is this not straight? I mean, it would be amusing if I just could not make a straight line, but also that would be kind of annoying, because I did make it on a grid. No, I guess it's just a perspective thing. Like, something about it is making it look off-canted, but it's fine. I hate that. I hate everything about that, but okay, sure, whatever. It's gonna drive me up the wall, because it looks like it's not level. What do we want to do here? What would be funny and brutal? Oh god, I had coffee left. Maybe we could have... I don't need, like, dark matter, the whole reason for its existence is it's static, so I don't know why I was setting it on static. That's goofy. That's a goofy thing for me to do. Oh, we need the sponge block. Right. What was the sponge? It was like orange monster sponge. Oh, is it not sponge? Is it leather? Is like leather its own separate category? It's gotta be fancy now? I know it's in the monster kit, so it's not like it can hide from me. That's sponge. Okay, sure, whatever. Fine. I don't care. Wait. No. No, we can't make this out of sponge. That's not gonna work. What we need to do is... Sponge can be like a later component. We want... a hexagon? And we want it to be pretty big. And we want to cut it. I feel like I just did something senseless. That's okay. I totally did. I was gonna say something not family friendly there, but I stopped myself at the last moment. Now if we put this on a motor, you're gonna say something not family friendly. Oh my gosh. Is it that your family's not very friendly? Because I heard that that is the case. Are there, like, is there a particular event that you're referring to? Or... I'm assuming that these are events that are not inherently kid-friendly. In which case, I absolutely agree with you. Boozier part? Yeah, you know what? That's fair. I can't really bring myself to disagree. Okay, I don't know if this is gonna work unless I slow it down more. Was there like Was there a particular thing that brought this on, or just a general observation? Like, I'm hoping it's the latter, not the former. See, I don't know if it's just too small to do what I'm thinking, or if I'm just not very good at doing what I'm thinking. It might be too small. Like, what if I just make this a bit bigger? I think kids are trouble in those situations, and I also don't think kids should be seeing their family get blackout drunk. The second part is absolutely. I 100% agree with that. The one thing about seeing, like, you know that your folks do drink, like, you know, have a glass of wine or some beer, because that's a thing that, you know, that's an adult thing to do, but to see your folks getting, like, just absolutely... I'm trying to think of words that don't involve swears. Just 100% set to the glue factory. That's, yeah, I don't think that's great. Kids just see their folks be responsible and learn to have healthy relationships with substances. It's an important lesson. One that we don't really learn particularly well. I imagine the same in Australia. Although I can't lay that at my parents' feet. My parents were not really heavy drinkers. I don't think anybody in my family was a heavy drinker, except for, like, not a family member, but a family friend who would sometimes crash at my house. Well, you know, my family's house when I was growing up. He was the family friend who told me I killed his dog, by the way. So, real great family friend. Love that my folks kept him around. Drinking culture in Australia is pretty out of control. I mean, I don't know that we're too much better in the U.S., but oh my god, I did it. But this I can't do this here, I think, because there's no way to get around this. Like, there's not enough space, so that might be fun to use elsewhere, but not here. So we'll put that to the side for right now. And we could just do some simple, like, jumps, maybe with... Oh, Kronos! How you doing? Lovely to see you. It is always a pleasure. How is life treating my favorite LBP creator? Wait. The Larrikinism? Wait, what? Oh, I missed the whole thing. It's one of my least favorite parts of the culture, that and the racism, the sexism, the elitism, Larrikinism, etc. What is a... I feel like you tossed that one in just to check if we're paying attention, because I've never seen that word before. But I know you wouldn't do that to me. You could, if you wanted to. Also, the snow came back again. I'm sorry to hear that. We've had a cold snap here as well. But thankfully not so cold that it got us snow. Larkinism is the weird Australian attitude that being a joker and dishonest sleaze is a good thing for, excuse me, a good thing for men to be. That's pretty gross. Don't like that at all. And I learned a new word that I wish I had not. Okay, this is probably not a thing to do. I feel like this is wrong. Even for a quote-unquote hard level. Larkinism is part of the Australian cultural mythology. It's like playful roguishness, but it's real harmful. Real men failing upwards garbage. Yeah, it sounds pretty gross. Not gonna lie, it sounds pretty gross. Although I'm fairly certain that we would have something similar to that in the US. Hey Scott, what are you doing? This is awful. Also, like, why does the electricity carry through the material? It shouldn't be doing that. Like, that's not electrified. It should not be killing me. Maybe it's just because my foot is touching the front. What if we make these platforms a little bit wider? If the material outside is thin enough, your collision will slightly bypass it. I did notice that in something earlier that I was trying to make. It was kind of ugly. But I thought that was because of the momentum from the block. I'm trying to do stuff that I would be able to do in LBP1, Because I'm kind of working on this level in LBP1 right now, and it's an ugly mess, honestly. If you were to simply walk on it, you'd probably be fine, but any vertical movement is not ideal. Interesting. Maybe that's just an out. Maybe that's just a no-go. Oh, have you got to head off? I hope that you have a wonderful weekend. I hope that you have a... I don't know if you're back in the bosom of your family, but I hope that if you are not, that you are there soon. Good luck with the working, as always. You are home! I almost dropped an F-bomb, and that would have been appropriate to have it right there, but I'm also kind of glad that I didn't. But I am super glad that you're home. That is wonderful to hear. Love you too. You take care of yourself, and give my love to the fam. I don't want to drop names because I'm not sure if that would be okay. So I'm just gonna say fam, and then you will know who to send my love to. They will get that love. Thank you. Also, like, I mean, not also to you, but this is also to the general conversation. If I've got this block here, there's no way they're gonna go all the way to here. That's silly. Because if they can make the jump, they're just gonna do it. And they totally can make that jump. Fudge. 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 There's this empty space and there's no reason they're going to engage with this part here if they could just go up there. Put a button at the end. Honestly, yeah, that's... Oh. Thinking. Because, like, we could block this area off and have the button dissolve the block. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah? Yeah, I think you're right. Either that or some kind of wall here. I'm gonna make the wall out of dissolved material to start with, because it might be something that we're getting rid of. Okay, they still can get out. That's one of the important things there. So either we put a button like here. They've got like a slight elevation. We put a button here, and well, because it's kind of flush up. I was gonna say we could have it rotate down and make a pathway that they could use to get up to the area that I want them in, but we'd have to move it along more. I wish I hadn't gotten rid of those platforms. that was an ope. They do a hop, hop, hop. Pop the button. This disappears and they can just jump right over. Or this, I mean, the size of it's gonna make it weird to drop though. Right? Because we could also make it drop. And that would have the bent... Oh, but we don't want to close off. Okay. No, because the only checkpoint is going to be here. So we can't close off this wall. Like, we can't close off this hallway in case they die. Alright, so this has to be... If we use a wall here, it has to be a disappearing wall. Good catch, me. This is miserable. No. Well, like, we don't even need that middle one. They could just go from the first one to the third. Well, okay, so part of the issue here, though, Kronos, is that, like, what we're building now has to be something that I can do in LBP1, because what I'm doing is just, like, is kind of just testing out different things that I could put in the level that I'm making now, and that is in LBP1, so I'm not going to have any resort to a lot of my usual techniques, which is actually making this really hard. Because I can't, like... I don't feel like I can put in any of my usual interstitial fluff. Us! Phantom Strom! Lovely to see you. How are you doing? I hope that life is treating you very kindly. I noticed Phantom, you are on Beacon, aren't you? I saw you on the website, I think. I'm gonna have to add you as a friend. I'm doing pretty good myself. Yesterday was a hard day, but today my mood has been really positive. I think it was the stream last night. We had a really good stream last night, and it just put me in a really good mood all day. Thank you. I'm really fond of it. Honestly, I'm very fond of this costume. Hey, Spell, what are you doing? Now I know I'm using static, and I should be using dark matter to replicate the LBP1, but I kind of feel like there's only so much that I really have to be doing here for verisimilitude, and that is not necessary for verisimilitude. Oh, shoot. Oh, about the brain ghost glitch. I actually don't know the brain ghost glitch. It sounds exciting, though. I just don't like, you know how you kill a monster brain, it falls apart, right? Yeah? What if I... If you test it in create mode, pause before it disappears, then copy and paste it. The object itself will exist indefinitely, but since it doesn't exist, it won't have collision. That's kind of neat. Oh, but we still need that wall. Like, the wall is key. It's just the wall is so ugly. When I die, I want you to come and put that on my gravestone. I want you to track me down. I want you to find my grave. And the way I want you to remember me is I want you to carve the best looking question mark you possibly can into the stone. I will tell the gravekeepers, I'll tell the groundskeepers to hold a chisel for you. It'll have your name on it. I think that would make me very happy. I'm very sad that I don't have my mini checkpoint anymore, because you can't do it in LBP3. Because my mini checkpoint's very cute. I mean, not that it's particularly different from any other mini checkpoint, but it just, they're very cute when they're tiny. Alright, I'm gonna test this. Oh fudge, I screwed it up. Gosh darn it. Now I have to save it twice. It's gonna take like 50 minutes. Because I need to put this here. Alright, now we could save it. I mean, but honestly, like, this whole level that I'm making is very question mark-esque. It's very kludgy. I'm finding, like, creating an LBP1 is... It's a challenge. It's an interesting challenge, but it's a challenge nonetheless. Creating LBP2 and LBP3 is different too. This is very true, but I feel like the create modes in 2 and 3 are much closer than 1 and 2. Like it's a huge jump. You've never created an LBP1. That's interesting. Well, you are pretty young though. Honestly, like, after playing like all 3 recently, because when I started doing LBP3, and there'd been a pretty decent gap between when I had last played LBP2 and when I started LBP3, and then like I'd say like an even bigger gap until I actually started using create mode a lot. And when I first started creating in LBP3, I like mostly had fond memories of LBP2, and it felt like, you know, what was the big deal about creating an LBP3? Like, it didn't feel like a big upgrade. But having played them all, like, recently, and having done a lot of create mode in all 3 games recently, and it's so much smoother creating an LBP3. Like, oh, Alice! Lovely to see you! I'm sorry that you're on your phone again. You've got the worst trouble with the phones. I mean, the 16 layers is the really big one, yeah? But I find like all of the little quality of life things in LBP3, even though like individually they're relatively small, they add up into a much smoother experience in Create. Like material menus where you can put things in static, opacity tweakers, the uh, the physics tweakers to make things dephysicalized, having dephysicalized as a uh, as a puppet tool. My life is Malcolm in the Middle. it kind of feels that way sometimes. Chrono says, I think my most detrimental issue back then was I was never planned how a level would end, so everything I made just kind of trailed off into create mode limbo. That's a huge mood, Chronos. That's a giant mood. I understand that feeling very, very well. Darn it. I should really make that infinite life if we're going to be testing things. Dang it! I still need to find a way to get my old phone number back from my main account. That's really crummy that, like, you can't get into it. Alright, I am going to go on the hour break now. Because testing this sequence might take a bit of doing. But I will be back in about 5 minutes or so. Not too long. See you soon. Alright, we are back. And, Us, Hirunda! Lovely to see you. We are, we're making an LBP style, LBP1 style, Kusoge. Or hard level? I don't know what, if that's what a Kusoge is, but... Please don't crash my game. Now I'm worried. My profile is just so big and chonky, like... Everything takes forever to save, everything takes forever to load. We can do this. We can do this, like, this is doable. Gonna have to block off that area up top. Like, I don't think that they could jump up there, but... Probably didn't see this, but, oh, it's Twitter, so of course. I've recently announced an indefinite hiatus. Oh! Oh no! I mean, well, it depends on why you announce the hiatus, but... this is an art hiatus. I'm an art... Because I just saw that word. I skipped over the word. Are you struggling with block again? Because I hate that. Okay. Well, I mean, if it helps you to not lose your enjoyment of making art, I think that's probably for the best. Gosh darn it. This isn't even hard, though! Technically, I've been on hiatus for like 5 months now. I just happen to make it official now of all times. I know that you've been going through it recently, and didn't you have like a didn't you lost like a big folder of refs too? I remember you mentioning? Oh God! I've done too well. This is what God does to clever people. I hate it. Play an LBP and well, I can't play LBP Kart because it's on PS3, yo. I would totally play LBP Kart if it was on PS4. I don't think I'd play like a lot of it, because there's no online for it, but like I'd play through story mode. I mean, I think mine was too, because I did make a karting level. Oh god, like... I want to get over there so I can test the other stuff! This is hell. I am in hell. And it's a hell completely of my own division. I was so excited to get over there too. I was like, oh yeah. Heck yeah, we did it. Why? Why am I doing this? Why do I hate myself? Okay. For realsies this time. Oh god. I'm gonna make a level that I can't even complete. Which is kind of funny, but I mean, if it teaches me how to do lower jumps, that's a success. There was something else I wanted to try. I had this neat idea at work. I don't know if it's gonna, like, if it functions, but... Alright, I'm gonna give this, like, one more shot. And then I'm gonna say, fine, it works. I mean, we got the button pressed. That's a start. Yo, Alice, there's no online. Also, I wouldn't play LBP Easter levels, because to heck with Easter, but, like, the online is still closed. That's why we're doing the, that's why we've been doing create mode the past 3 months. Shaking my head, not keeping up with channel lore. I'm sorry, I hope that wasn't, like, too... I hope that wasn't too jerky. It's currently, like, it's currently down for maintenance, and, like, Sony seems to be, like, they want to have the online back online. They retained the community manager, who was supposed to leave his position this month, which is a vote that they're at least being semi-serious about it. I wouldn't say that, like, my honest feeling is that it's going to come back online, but it may not stay for long. But it's like they could have just been like, you know what, it's busted. It's a 15-year-old game, and we're not going to go through the trouble of even bothering with it, because why should we? It's not even a loss leader anymore. And they haven't done that, so like I don't feel like it's wrong to be a little hopeful that it's going to come back up. I mean, honestly, I am too, Alice. The legs that this game has had, like that the series has had, it has been honestly shocking to me. Oh, for fudge sakes. Alright, I'm gonna go back to create mode. I'm gonna say that it's doable. Cause there's something else that I wanted to try out. And I don't want to spend the next hour just on that jump. Especially since this is just a mock-up that I'm gonna be doing. I'm gonna have to like retrofit into my LBP1 level. So let me put that on pause for a sec and do a little something different. Yeah, I mean, we're never gonna play Saba again, so I kind of feel like we don't really have Saba. But it'll be interesting to see like where, if anywhere, they go with it, because like Sumo's not involved anymore. So if they do LBP anything, it's gonna have to be with a different company. I mean, I guess technically they could get Media Molecule to do it again, but like I kind of don't really see going back to it. You won't ace Saba? I will not. I think there's rumors of Saba too, but I don't believe them. I wouldn't. Sony's a bit of a mess currently. I mean, they're always kind of a little messy, but they do seem to be in a state right now. Oh, did it though? I hadn't realized that Saba... I mean, I didn't expect that it was going to do great on PC, but I hadn't realized it had done so poorly. The only games, they only have new games coming out next year, and are already saying that this is the last half of the PS5 lifespan. I did hear that. I did hear them saying that they were like it was the, I can't remember the phrasing, but basically that it's the end of the PS5, like the end of its lifespan, and that's shocking, because this has been such a nothing burger system. Oh, because it's set to 5. Supposedly at release, Saba sold 7 times worse than the first Spider-Man on Steam. That, I mean, I don't know. That feels like a little bit of a false comparison, though, because, like, I mean, Spider-Man is Spider-Man, you know? Like, I don't really feel like they're comparable. It was apparently 60K sales, and while it's been a while, I doubt there's anything in the game that would make it much better. I mean, you're worth so much more than 60K sales, Kronos. Don't undervalue yourself. I won't stand for it. Also, Hive, it is wonderful to see you. I hope that you're very well. Do not worry even a scooch about forgetting. You've been out of town. It's going to take a little bit of time to get back onto the regular schedule. We are glad to have you any old time we can get you. Where did you go? Where did my tag go? My tag had vanished. What the hell? What was that? Hive, how you doing? Is life being okay to you? I got my fingers crossed. Yeah. When I woke up, I felt like the cat. I felt like that cat that came out of weighted blankets. I do not know the reference, but I'm hoping that's good. Saba needed a lot to have staying power. Because at the end of the day, it's just another 3D platformer. It just like doesn't have much in particular going for it. It was the first cat to have mass? Wait, what? Are we talking about mass in like in the physics sense, or like as in like a Catholic mass? Did it receive communion? Okay, I will check that out. Give me a sec. And I would argue that you're right, Kronos. I would 100% support the statement there. Are these not? Doesn't, like, LBP predates Mario Maker, though? Doesn't it? Oh, Saki, how you doing? I hope life is treating you well. Okay, this didn't work out at all how I thought it was going to work out. Also, these are very noisy, so, like, that's gotta stop. Chat doesn't seem to work through phone. Twitch is, like, Twitch on mobile is being really weird recently. It's been very crashy for me. I'm trying to, I'm trying to kind of replicate how things are done in LBP1 because I'm doing a level in LBP1 now, and I can't stream that, so I thought I would like stream it here. Make the tag sensor ranges bigger. Okay, give me a sec. I like that you can immediately tell like what I'm trying to do. The sixth emitter from the left seems to have his input connected to destroy all power. Oh, good catch. Good catch. Yeah, that's no good. Squishy! How you doing? It's lovely to see you. Hope you're really well today. Hope life is being relatively stress-free. We'd probably need to gap these out a little bit more, wouldn't we? Is that supposed to be the difficult one? Oh, the level that I'm working on now? I am trying to do like a semi-hard mode type of level. I don't know if that's something that I'm actually going to be able to accomplish, but I'm giving it a shot. Life's gonna do, let me check. Life's gonna do what life's gonna do. I'm just glad, well, I'm glad that you get to catch our stream too. It's always a pleasure to have you here. Life do be doing what life does, and I kind of hate that, and I just hope it's not like too much for you. This was probably not the answer, right? I hate to be an armchair writer. That's a lie. I like it a lot in this particular case. But Saba really should have went with the simple light versus dark plot. And I'm pretty sure I went on a huge rant while you played it. You did, and it was appreciated. Because I had a lot of feelings about Saba, and it was good to get, like, other people's impressions of it. So don't, like, please don't worry about that. I'm glad at least, like, the theory of what I'm doing is sound. Because I hadn't really been sure that it would work. I think Saba should have had the Joker there. It would fix its issues. Like the actual, the Jokey? Because, I mean, we did have Vex. The lack of grid hurts you spiritually. I don't mean to hurt you. That sounded really like that's a red flag statement if ever there was one. I just want those words back in my mouth, never coming out of it. I really don't intend to hurt you with my level design. I just don't know what I'm doing. Oh my god, it worked. Oh my god, it worked! It worked, though! That's kind of neat. Okay, it worked once. For me, Saba was aggressively meh. Yeah, ultimately, yeah. Like, once the bloom kind of came off, it was just very much there. I appreciated that there were at least some nods to the arts and crafts style, but I feel like they were very much just nods to it. Like, it didn't really lean into it very much. If Saba had a community and level making, there would be fewer complaints. Honestly, yeah, like, if they had been able to pull off... I mean, that would have addressed one of my major complaints with the game, in that it's not really an LBP game, it's just a standard platformer wearing Sack Thing's skin as clothing, because, you know, the ethos of the series has been to create and share with people, and they excise that completely from the game, and it's like, it's very soulless without that. If they could have pulled off like a decent, intuitive to use 3D platform like design engine, doing for 3D platforms what LBP did for like 2.5D platforms, with the same degree of ease of use, which is, I think, one of Dreams' big failings, is that it's just, there's such a learning curve to get into really doing interesting things with Dreams that most people don't put in the effort, and it's completely fair that they don't. If Saba could have pulled that off, like, that would have been something that impressed me. Supposedly they went all in on the play aspects because dreams exist. I'm gonna call BS on that. And I know that you couched it with supposedly, in that it's not your opinion, but it's something that you're reporting to us. But I'm calling BS on the report, because I have serious doubts that Sumo wanted to even vaguely deal with anything community related at that point anymore. I don't think they have really shown much interest in that aspect of things beyond just like the most basic degree of maintenance. Not gonna lie, in LBP3 people started finding out Saba creation methods before the servers went down. Like, I know that I've seen like a couple of really well done 3D levels, so not too many of them, I'm gonna be honest, but the skeleton was there at least. I'm gonna try to find, what's this kid's name? Give me a sec. No, I'm not gonna be able to track this kid down. There was somebody who I'd had a video on YouTube of a 3D top-down level that they'd done that like looked really good. But I'm not seeing it on a quick search, unfortunately. It was that kid who had done the recording of my LBP2 level. Please tell me that I actually subscribed to them. There they are, Internet Tune. Oh, I'm not gonna be able to find this. Fudge. I'll see if I can't find this in the future and put it in the chat, but I'm not gonna find it right now. LBP Level Boy! Thank you. Yes. Wait, what? Why are we oh my godding? Time 2 real? What? Hive, what are you talking about? Wait, like, you mean the magazine? The magazine's gonna get a sequel? How do you make a sequel to a magazine? No, I think they might be the same person. Oh no, they're not. No. Sockdrawer Doodles PSN handle was, I think, Sackboy Power, and they did the level Doors. And I think LBP Level Boy is the one who did the 3D top-down level. Crud. I'll figure it out eventually. It's not gonna happen now. My brain's all over the place. Alright, but this is, I feel like this is something that can be worked with. Kronos, do you have any advice for this little bit that we're doing here? Anything that you would like to add? Serious thing, for a moment, but I am more and more feeling extremely unsafe living here. I'm gonna come back to that. I'm pretty okay with the difficulty. Kronos? Alice, how is the exit situation looking for you? Because that's got me fairly concerned. Or your situation has me fairly concerned, I guess is the better way to put that. Still waiting on the guy to give me his house. I'm guessing the guy does not, like, really get the importance of speed in this situation. Yes. I am with Hive on this one. I would like this sorted post-haste. Now, I'm gonna ask, your feelings of unease, are these the generalized feelings of unease that comes from being a trans woman in a very unstable, fast sliding environment, or are they specific fears to you as Alice? Because one of those is, they're both extremely concerning, but one of them is obviously more immediate than the other. I shouldn't have put obviously in that sentence. That was not the right word to use. Why are some of these plasma not disappearing? Are you worried for your own personal safety? Like, is somebody targeting you? Or is this more the general concern of the situation? Okay. I mean, it's still not great, but it's very slightly less worrying. Oh, I copied a few of the plasma balls. That makes sense. Holly, it has been lovely to have you here as always. I'm glad that you had a really good day. And I hope that your day tomorrow is just as well. And that your sleep is pleasant and kind to you. Or I'll come and I'll punch it in the nose. I'm just wondering what happens like if we turn the speed down. Oh, that's kind of interesting. That's probably too difficult, but, like, it is interesting. These are like, these are poorly set. That is true, and I should probably... That's great. That was great. I love that. That was super cool. Want to do that again? I'm just wondering what happens like if we set these on the grid itself. This is probably too close together. That's interesting. It doesn't really seem to have changed too much. So if we increase the range, if we increase the sensor range, we can make like larger gaps. Okay, that's a thing to know. That's kind of neat. I'm gonna have to write these down as notes, or I'm not gonna be able to make them the same way in LBP1. Or at least I'm not gonna be able to make them the same way without like screwing around with them a lot. Alright, what else could we make? Like, what else would be... What are like relatively simple kind of tricky obstacles that don't take up a lot of space? Oh. I was trying to do that thing with the electricity, but maybe the answer is not electricity, maybe the answer is plasma. Let's try this again. Hidunda, thank you so much for dropping in tonight. Monkey bars are a great idea, Kronos. I can't believe I forgot them. I hope that you rest well. I really do appreciate you coming by. I know that you've had to go a little bit early recently to keep your beauty sleep, and I want you to know that that is 100% okay. I throw exactly 0% disrespect your way for that. Because I know it do be important. But yes, thank you so much for dropping by tonight, and we will see you in the futures. Why are hexagons such a pain in the butt? Because they totally are. The preset ones aren't grid aligned. They aren't, are they? Like, look at that! It's not even... That ain't right. That ain't right at all. I hate it so much. Why are the other two not firing? Also, that's like totally not what I wanted to happen. So this probably needs to be a lot slower. Why are you firing over there, you goofball? That's okay, Kronos. Like, don't worry about it at all. We'll struggle through. It's so hard to tell like what layer things are in. That does look very pretty, though. darn, that, like, this is a very pretty effect. It would be, there'd be no way for, like, the sack thing to actually walk under it, but it's still an extremely pretty effect. I like it so much. It does need to be like a lot slower though. Like, if we put... You go here. And you go here. And, like, you go here. Is that even, like, possibly doable? Okay, so clearly I screwed that up a little bit, but... I think for this to work, they can't be on wobble bolts. I think they would need to be on... I think they would need to be on motor bolts. Oh, doesn't, like, one of the ships have this attack? Yeah! Oh, that's really neat, though. Now I guess I know how that that mini boss attack works. I promise I wasn't consciously thinking of that when I was making this, but like once you pointed it out, it's like, oh yeah, of course, it's that one attack. It's the one with the triangles. You know, the best angle when you have a problem is the triangle. I had a circle with an emitter that shoots a projectile, then I copied it twice and had the angle snap set to 120. That seems like a very sensible way to do it. Far more sensible than trying to set it up with, oh, just hit the mic, trying to set it up with hexagons. Also, circles don't suck. That's kind of important. Oh, this cat. I just saw your DM, Hive, and that's a fabulous cat. That is a cat that's just woken up from a weighted blanket. Let's do something awful. This is nothing I would put in the level, but I do just want to see what it looks like. The angle snap needs to be divisible by 360. Essential to making perfect cogs as well. Oh ho ho ho! I did not realize that was important, but I am glad that you mentioned that. I will keep that in mind. I don't know why my voice just completely stopped there. Was not intended? I just want to see how this works. And I imagine the answer is going to be slightly poorly. But that is kind of hilarious. How would you even, like... I guess you just stay away from it. Just stay the heck away from it. Don't even engage. Do winches have... They do have flippers. Oh god! What just happened there? Oh, that's kind of cool though! Kronos, are you seeing this? Okay, for full context, Winter Sun announced an album called Time, and then spent from 2006 to 2012 creating it. And when it was released with the title Time 1 .1/question. In 2013, the band played what they said was a song they were working on from the follow-up Time 2. In January 2017, the band announced an entirely different album that wasn't Time 2 and released it to Question. Oh, okay, the questions are just to say that there's going to be more. I thought that was part of, like, the title was Time 1.1/question mark. The Forbidden Witch. Why did it choose exactly that moment to just, like, forcibly disassemble itself? Ah, that's hilarious. This has certainly been this has been a whole create mode. This has been a thing. Alright, so clearly flip in is wrong, so flip out is probably the right one, right? Well, that's kind of cool, though. That's actually really cool. Ish. It's kind of stopped being cool, though. You know what? No, I'm actually going to take a break. I'm glad that you mentioned that because I was thinking that I might need one. I'm gonna do one really quick thing, and then I'm gonna do that. Breaks are good. They are important for squirrels and other living things. Let me read Hive's thing, and then I'm gonna go on break. In March 2017, mastermind behind Winter Sun, Jody, said he was sick of studios interfering with his work. It is noted that on Time 1 and on the album that wasn't Time 2, Jody was basically credited as producer, recorder, mixer, co-master, which, you know, means basically everything. Is Jody having, like, a larf? Is this a larf? But I'll ask you that when I come back. Alright, I am back. I had my break. Took a little bit of a stretch. Um, I kind of feel like the Finns would make the sauna first. Like, that seems like the least surprising thing about this story. Do they have a sauna gnome? Because I think that's probably important. I'm led to believe that sauna gnomes are very important. I have no idea this band or the type of music that they produce, which is fine. I don't need to know every band. Which is why I ask you, if you don't mind, what vague genre blob are they a part of? Folk metal, melodic death metal. Okay. No! You're out of Earl Grey tea. You must murder the world. Don't do that. Actually, that murder. Don't do the murder. But you could think about murdering the world. I don't know what I'm making now, just that it's going to be ugly. Well, I'm glad that you're that this band that you like has. I feel like such a grandma saying this, but I'm glad that this band that you like is putting out more music. I hope that it is everything that you wanted and or more. It does sound very exciting. Why did I grab this from there? Like, I had an easier one available. The Yu-Gi-Oh! Japanese Championship qualifiers barred foreigners from entering, including permanent residents. What the hell? What did we do to them? Did we win last year? Konami's forever funny. Konami's kind of a lot. I would like to know the actual reasoning behind that, though. It's really nonsense. I mean, it sounds like a load of BS. Yeah. Oh, I missed a thing. If I recall correctly, they've tried doing this in other tournaments with arguments that allowing foreigners in certain countries' tournaments would mess with the pool of players. What? Konami, stop being asswipes. That's gonna be my one swear for the night. Oh, this it's gonna be very noisy if we don't turn that off. I don't know if it's for this specific reason, but they basically said before that players should play in their own country's tournaments, which is extremely funny for people living in Japan. Even within Asia, a Thai player living in Japan can easily go back to Thailand from Japan to play a tournament there. Oh, can't easily. I was gonna say, I was like a little bit confused there for a sec. That was my fault. That was my fault. I misread it. I did see that Hive linked me a song, and I'm gonna give it a listen after stream. Oh, that's impossible. What if I made you out of glass? That would clearly be worse, right? That is clearly worse! Hi, thank you so much for dropping by tonight. I forgot what I was going to say after that, but thank you. It was lovely to have you, it always is. And I hope that you sleep very well tonight. We will catch you next week. We're going to be starting Little Nightmares 2. It will be exciting. I believe there will be monsters. This is kind of cool, though. I kind of like this. We'd have to, like, electrify the ground. I think that would be important. Last thing, but I looked on Yu-Gi-Oh! Twitter to see what the mood is, and people are extremely angry over this. I'm glad. Now, I'm gonna ask, like, is this people as in mostly foreigners, mostly Japanese, or a decent mix of the two? Because I'm really hoping that the Japanese players also are like, no, hey, this is not cool. It's a mix. That makes me really happy, honestly. That's probably too far. I don't know if they'd be able to make that jump. It's very pretty. Like, even in LBP3, like, the plasma looks very pretty. There's also a lot of making fun of this, going, wow, thank you for the xenophobia. Now, where's the new card ban list? Gosh darn it. Come on now. Gosh darn it. Konami does do a whole job of making a mess of everything, yes. They do like to ruin their own bed. This is doable though, right? Yeah, okay. As long as you can do it once, it's doable. Alright, now we did say that we wanted to do, wanted to do a monkey bars. So let's do that to wrap things up. I had an idea, and it's a terrible one. Is the idea worth 14 minutes? I mean, it could be. Full speed of bread? Full speed of bread? What? Sure, why not? Full speed of bread. That's doable. Like, that's not impossible. It's vaguely funny. Oh, God, I'm very tired though. Not a fan of that. Oh, it looks like the iPod is. I'm gonna be like trying this the Little Big Archive thing. I'm kind of excited about that. But my iPod is being kind of weird, and I'm not excited about that. I don't know, like, what do you do with monkey bars? I had an iPod and I used it to illegally download Persona 4 tracks. Oh my god. Kronos, no. I mean, that's fantastic, and I fully support it. So, Kronos, yes, I guess, is what we mean to say. Now that I've made that known, my days are numbered. If you don't hear from me again, it was Sega. Well, I mean, it probably wasn't Boeing. So at least there's that. kind of wild that Boeing just like up and murdered that dude. Why do you no longer shoot? Oh, there you go. They sure murdered that guy. They sure did. It feels like, I kind of feel like that's not the best legal strategy, but, I mean, I don't know. I'm not a multi-million-dollar corporation, so what do I know about anything? Usually you murder them in a way that people don't notice. You know, you would think, right? This is clearly not working the way I thought it was gonna. I kind of hate that for us. Oh, but you know what? I just had an idea. What happens if we... Yeah, except these ones look cool. The ones from the MGS pack, they did not look cool. They looked like, kind of garbage. Yeah, there's no way that's gonna work. Because you'd have to have, the player would have to monkey bars like all the way from here to here in the time that this is like not shooting. That's a big ask. God dang it. Like, I feel like... there's gotta be a better way to do that. I always make my logic so big. Like, I'm sure it doesn't need to be this big. Oops. Okay, that wasn't the way that was supposed to work. Alright, so if we put the... Where's my output? Yo. Yo. Okay, that's not too bad. Dang it! Hmm? Wait, why did that... Why did that kill me? Oops. Alright, well the concept is there. The concept exists, at least. But we are at the 3-hour point, almost, so it is probably a good idea if we wrap this up. Had a wonderful time tonight. This is a very kind of different way of noodling around these types of hazards, and I enjoyed it, and I appreciate the help, because I've been kind of poking at this for the past couple of days, and it hasn't gone as smoothly as it did tonight. This has been very smooth for my type of creation, but we do need to put a bow on things. It is that time. So, Administrata is Monday will be Little Nightmares 2. And I don't expect that series to take too long, because the first one only took about 6 sessions, I think. So we might have to come up with the next long form in a relatively short turnover, but we'll figure something out. But otherwise, yeah, I think that pretty much does it for us to hear this go about. I think we did do Gravity Rush 1. In the before? Maybe. I know that we... Wait. No. Did we do Gravity Rush 2 in the before, or did we do Gravity Rush 1? 2 we've definitely done. I just don't remember when. Or maybe we did 2 and... Did we do 2 twice? Because I feel like we made the joke about the city being named Eto. 2 was when I found out that you made levels. Really? That must have been ages ago. Because I looked at Rush on roughly 50 Minutes Fresh. Well, we'll figure something out. I don't know what yet. We don't have to make a decision for another couple weeks, but 2 was when I found out that you were Kronos. Oh God, I feel embarrassed now. That must have been in the before, though. That would have had to have been in the before. Right. I will ask all of you, as I always do, to please be taking care of yourselves out there in the meat space. Make sure that you are getting the hydration that you need. Make sure that you are getting at least 1 meal in a day, even if it's kind of trashy, just to have something in your belly. If you've got medications, try to take those medications as close to schedule as your situation allows for. But above all, please do remember that you are important, you have value. There are people out there who love you, who are rooting for you, who want you to have your best life. I'm one of those people, but I'm only one of those people. There are a lot more. But that pretty much does it for us here at This Go About. So from me, Disco, here in Tokyo, to all of you out there, wherever you may happen to be, thank you, arigato, sayonara, see you, and ciao.